Hello YouTube, this is Morgan, Airspeed Prime here at my next Naruto Shippuden episode review. This one's going to be for episode 499, A Perfect Day for a Wedding Part 6, The Outcome of the Secret Mission. Second last episode of the arc, second last episode of Naruto Shippuden overall. So we are very quickly getting towards Boruto, but first we have to finish up the wedding arc. This was a really good episode. I really enjoyed this one. Like this entire arc, you know, it's not like action-packed or anything like that, but it is just so fun to see our characters interact. You know, that they're all a bit older now. We're preparing for Naruto and Hinata's wedding, so it's a really interesting situation, dynamic, and they're just having a lot of fun using the characters as they are, their different dynamics that they have, and just kind of playing around with it. And what was really cool about this is that obviously Hinata hasn't really been in this arc, and to suddenly just have her come in like as a second last episode and see the impact that her being around has on everyone, in that like suddenly like the wedding is like 6 days away. It's real. Like Hinata's here, she's around, she's talking about how the preparations are almost complete. Like, we have to get this right for her and Naruto. Otherwise, like, she'll be upset. And I think that was they used her very well in this episode in that sense, in that Hinata is one of those characters where like everyone knows how nice she is. No one wants to upset her in any way. You even have like Kakashi and Iruka just like the second they see her getting slightly upset, being like, no, your wedding's gonna be fine. It's no problem whatsoever. We're just trying to organize some stuff. It's fine. And you know, it's just this pure Hinata, just like, you know, my wedding day is gonna be fine. Okay. But yeah, you had a lot of interesting dynamics. Hinata figuring out, of course, what's going on with the wedding gifts, and the fact that some people may not be able to go to the wedding, and the kind of problems that it's kind of creating in a way. You have Kakashi realizing that as it's getting close, as he's having to decide on who can and can't attend the wedding, he can't really make those decisions. He thought it would be fine when he initially gave them all the idea of what was going on with the mission, but now that he has to decide, it's too much for him. Like, all of Naruto's friends have to be there, but Naruto's friends are like the most important like shinobi in the village, so they have to, some of them have to be on guard duty, so it's a real problem for him. And you know, we come in later on and we basically have Tsunade say that, like, look, you're the Hokage now, you can make whatever decision you want. That rule was put in place back during the like previous Great Ninja War, when a lot of people were getting married, and we couldn't have like a wedding every other week and everyone stop everything in the village. Like, basically saying that, like, for a one-off thing, if you absolutely have to do it, it shouldn't be too big of a problem. There are other ways to go about doing things, and the ultimate way that he figured out how to do it was that, you know, like, he talked to Hinata, and, you know, he ended up talking about, like, how, you know, Naruto's really important, he brought everyone together. In a way, like, everyone in the Leaf Village has to attend the wedding. He has to do whatever he can to make sure that everyone within the Leaf Village can attend, and even if that means having to kind of bow down to the other Kage and ask them for assistance with regards to getting security, people to do missions, he'll do it, because this is such an important one to get absolutely right. And he does that, and it's revealed obviously that Gaara primarily, but also the other Kage, are perfectly fine with it. They were already planning something like this, they were aware of the problem that would have been created, and they had already, I suppose, put people aside to go to Konoha to be the security at the wedding. And so we get the resolution at the end that it's going to be fine, everyone in Konoha can attend the wedding and there'll be no issue. So Kakashi is kind of relieved because of that. There's still a lot of organization stuff, of course, still to do, but he gets it right in the end, and I thought that was really nice. Just, you know, seeing like Kakashi and Hinata actually talk for like an extended scene, which we haven't really seen up to now. Like, they've been on screen together, and I think like Kakashi has said stuff to her before, but actually having a conversation here and kind of talking as basically both adults now was just really nice to see. In that, like, this is obviously Naruto's, you know, like, team leader talking to his like wife to be. It was really nice to see. The other key scene was that they're continuing that this arc in a way is about Iruka still. He still doesn't know what to say in Konohamaru's video message to Naruto. And we get the root of the issue here when he's in Ichiraku Ramen and basically says to everyone, the problem is that, like Gaara struggled with, I don't know what way, like, under what role do I talk to Naruto in this video? Am I doing this as his teacher, as his friend, or something more? And he's kind of struggling with basically what is his relationship to Naruto? How does Naruto see him? How does he see Naruto? And I think like Teuchi is kind of realizes the actual connection that they have. I think a lot of other people maybe don't. I think Hinata comes to realize it after her scene with Iruka. But it's about him beginning to realize that he shouldn't do it as a teacher, of course. Just like Gaara shouldn't have done it as Kazekage. He has to do it as Naruto's friend. But Iruka is more to Naruto than just a friend. And it's all about, like, I suppose, how they exactly go about doing this. Because I think for most people, they definitely see it as, to some degree, it is a father-son type relationship. Maybe you don't quite call it that. Maybe it's a big brother with a little brother relationship, or maybe it's like an uncle relationship. But at the very least, I think the idea they're presenting and leading towards is that Iruka is going to basically act as like Naruto's family for the wedding. In that, like, obviously, I don't know exactly how the wedding is going to go, but regards to, like, it's obviously going to be a Japanese-style wedding, like, if they do a kind of best man type situation or what. But either way, I think the families, based on the preview, are going to be involved. The Hyuga clan is going to be there. And Naruto, obviously, his mother and father are dead. Jiraiya's not really there for him either, he's dead. It makes sense that the only person who could really fill that role as, like, someone who is like so close to Naruto you can almost consider them to be related to him, it is Iruka. Iruka is pretty much the only character who kind of fits that role. Like, you could say like Sasuke and stuff like that, but you know, it's not quite like their family. They're like super close friends and have this connection through like destiny. But Iruka definitely is the one who you would see more as a kind of father type figure, to be there as kind of in Naruto's family corner, to kind of be there at his wedding. And I think it's going to be about both characters, Naruto and Iruka, realizing this. Like, is Naruto, who's going to be in the next episode, is he going to come up to Iruka and ask him to, like, be in this role and it be a big emotional moment? Or is it just that Iruka's maybe going to step up and be there for Naruto? Maybe Naruto is too embarrassed to ask Iruka or something like that. That the one sad aspect of the wedding for Naruto is that he doesn't have a family there with him, and Iruka maybe steps up, fills that role, and it kind of fixes a potential sad moment for Naruto within the wedding. I can see something like that happening as we go on, but anyway, at this point in time Iruka hasn't figured that out yet. He's still struggling with the exact details of how he considers Naruto, but he's getting there for sure. So then the other, I suppose, notable moment is when Iruka sees Hinata and goes over to speak to her. She turns around and she's very upset because obviously she's just heard about all the stuff that the wedding is putting people through, and she feels that she's, you know, causing too many problems for people. The wedding, she had hoped it would just be this like happy moment for her and Naruto, but it is having an effect on the whole village, and organization is becoming a problem. But Iruka's just like, oh no, Naruto did something horrible to her. I have to apologize extremely, like, great apologize crazily for what Naruto has just done. And I love the moment where he's just like on the ground, like begging her to kind of forgive Naruto, and like he's apologizing for him, and Hinata just bursts out laughing. That, like, she's just like, I didn't even say anything, like, you just assumed it was Naruto and then started like apologizing for him. And just this idea that it's her kind of seeing, I suppose, that relationship, that Iruka and Naruto is a kind of father-son type relationship. That if there is going to be some sort of an issue with Naruto and maybe not having his family there, maybe Hinata suggesting, like, Iruka, just the way he talked to me just before, it was like he wanted to like talk to me as if he was like your father. There's just the way he was like apologizing for you. I could see something like that potentially happening, but it was just such a nice moment to see, like, this kind of outburst from Iruka just like snap Hinata out of kind of feeling sad about what was going on, and just have her burst out in like this laughter that we haven't really seen from her up to now. It kind of cheered her up just knowing that, like, oh, Naruto has someone like this who really cares for him in this way. So it'll be fun to see how they resolve that. And then just like in general, Hinata interacting with Kakashi a little bit more, interacting with Iruka here, the conversations she had with the girls as they kind of almost revealed the whole wedding gift plan to her, and just how like they were talking about it, how like, I can't believe you and Naruto are the first of our group to get married. And it's just this amazing thing of just like, as I think she mentions to Iruka, you know, she's just happy to be marrying I think it's Kakashi, I think she said too. She's just happy to be marrying the person that she's loved for so long, and just that the others don't quite have that just yet. Like, Ino and Sai is a relationship that's just starting. Sakura and Sasuke is a relationship, but because Sasuke's away redeeming himself, that hasn't really like progressed as much as you would think. And then Tenten's not in a relationship as far as we're aware. But still, really, really fun to just see them talking about this in the lead up to the wedding. What else is there to really talk about? You still have the video thing of like Konohamaru there. I assume they'll bring that around, and eventually the message will come into play. I have a feeling Konohamaru will be like videotaping the wedding, and then he'll get Iruka on camera saying something to Naruto during the wedding, and that will be the importance of the message or something like that. But yeah, beyond that, I think that's the general core of the episode was, I think, the key Hinata scenes, Kakashi figuring out what to do with the gifts and who to get on guard duty for the wedding. But now everything's in place, the wedding just has to happen. There'll probably be still a lot of work to do because it's such a big wedding, the whole village is attending it. And then I think in episode 500, which we got the preview for, it looks like we're going to actually get the wedding day actually explored in this episode, which is pretty exciting. We get to see some Hanabi, some Hiyashi, Hinata's family, of course. We got to see Naruto, so Naruto's going to be in the episode. I wonder how much he'll be in it. Iruka is obviously completing his like arc over the course of this wedding arc is going to be important. Getting the wedding itself, and also, I suppose, somehow making this episode not just the wedding of Naruto and Hinata, but also the ending of Naruto Shippuden. Like, bringing this general story, like, full circle and transitioning into Boruto. In that, like, are they going to do any of Chapter 700 here? Are they going to show, like, the flash forward that we get in 700 and showing Boruto at the end? Or are we just going to leave it with the end of the wedding and then cut forward to the first episode of Boruto, maybe showing some of that stuff? Because I think that's what they need to get right. Now, ultimately, I think the wedding actually works as a nice way to end the show, in that Naruto becoming Hokage is kind of reliant upon the villagers respecting him, because the whole point of the show is basically that you become Hokage once the villagers respect you, and then you can become Hokage. It's not you become Hokage and then you are respected. Naruto has the respect of the villagers. We see that just by the fact that everyone wants to go to the wedding, and they want it to be perfect, even if they have to sacrifice so much to be at the wedding. So he has that, and I suppose doing something like that, where just Naruto goes from at the start being this very isolated person who has no one, he's an outcast completely, to at the end of the Shippuden show, him getting married, everyone being at his wedding, everyone, including the Kages from all across the world, people he's met all along the way, all of these bonds and connections that he's made, everyone is at his wedding. I think that's a fitting way to end Naruto, to just show the general core of like where it's gone. It doesn't necessarily bring the whole overall arc to a conclusion with regards to Naruto being made 7th Hokage as is his goal, but I assume they may allude to that in the episode. But that's been my review for episode 499. In the comments, let me know what your thoughts were on the episode. Did you like it as much as I did? I loved this episode. But yeah, that's been the video. Thanks for watching, and bye.